Picture this. You're on the couch, just chilling. Then, boom, an idea hits you. An urgent mission. You need your keys, or maybe your wallet, a drink, literally anything. The mission is crystal clear. The goal is set. You jump up, 100% focused. You walk with the confidence of someone who knows exactly what they're doing. You go from the living room, down the hall, and into the kitchen. You cross the doorway. You're in the new room. You've arrived. And then nothing. Your brain just goes completely silent. The mission? Gone. The objective? Deleted. You're just standing there with a weird feeling you came in for a reason, but your mind is totally blank. You look at the counter. You look at the fridge. It's gone. The thought just completely vanished. You probably think you're just tired, or getting old, or losing your mind. But what if I told you that you didn't forget? What if it wasn't a mistake? What if I told you your brain did it on purpose? You're not going crazy. It was the doorway. What you just experienced is a bizarre brain glitch that happens to literally everyone. It's so common scientists gave it a name, the doorway effect, and it reveals the insane way your memory is programmed. This isn't a bug in your brain's software. It's a feature, a crazy program your brain has been running for thousands of years. In a weird way, it's not a sign your memory is failing, but that it's actually super efficient. To understand why, we have to look at the insane experiments that proved this was real. For years, this was just something everyone complained about, but there was no science. Then a psychologist named Gabriel Radvansky at the University of Notre Dame decided to put it to the test. He thought the simple act of walking through a door was hitting a reset button in your brain. So his team ran an experiment. They had people move through a video game world. The challenge was simple: pick up an object and carry it to another table. Sometimes the table was in the same giant room. Other times, they had to walk through a virtual doorway into a totally new room. The distance was exactly the same. The only thing that changed was the doorway. The results were insane. People were way more likely to forget what object they were carrying right after they walked through a door. The door itself was the enemy. But maybe that was just a video game glitch. So Radvansky's team did it in real life. They built actual rooms and had people do the same challenge. And again, they'd either walk across one big room or walk the same distance through a door. The results proved what they saw in the game. Walking through a physical door made people forget what they were supposed to be doing. In another crazy test, they had people walk through a bunch of doorways just to end up back in the first room. They wanted to see if returning to the start would bring the memory back. And here's the twist: it didn't. Walking back through the doors didn't undo a thing. The evidence all pointed to one insane idea. Doorways act like event boundaries in our minds. When you walk through one, your brain files away the thoughts from the old room and hands you a completely clean slate for the new one. And once that thought is filed, simply backing up through the door doesn't unfile it. So what the heck is an event boundary? Think of your life like a book. Your brain can't read your entire life as one endless sentence. That would be impossible. Instead, your brain is the ultimate editor, and it automatically chops your day into chapters. Scientists call this event segmentation. A doorway is literally the start of a new chapter. When you walk from the living room to the kitchen, your brain basically writes the end on the living room chapter and turns the page. Your thoughts, like "I need to get my keys," were part of the last chapter. When you start the new chapter, your brain doesn't delete the old page, but it puts it away. Your short-term memory is basically the page you are reading right now. It can only hold a few things. When you end the chapter by walking through a door, your brain assumes the info on that page is less important and archives it to make room for the new scene. Your original goal is still in the book, but you flip to a new page and it's no longer right in front of your face. Let's try another analogy. Your brain is a high-powered gaming PC. Every thought you're focused on is an open window on your screen. The room you're in, the living room, is your desktop wallpaper. The couch, the TV, the window, it's all background stuff that tells your brain what's currently running. The doorway effect is what happens when you change the wallpaper. When you walk into the kitchen, you're signaling to your brain that the whole desktop has changed. To keep things from getting laggy, your brain automatically minimizes the old window, your mission to get the keys, and brings up the new kitchen desktop. The window isn't closed. The memory is not deleted. It's just minimized. And that's the good news. The thought isn't gone, it's filed. The catch is that simply stepping back through the doorframe doesn't automatically pop that window open again. In the lab, walking back didn't restore a thing. What actually brings it back is reloading the original scene in your head. What you were doing, what you were looking at, the exact thought you had the second before you stood up. Rebuild that scene, and the minimized window comes back. Ah, the keys. It feels like magic, but it's just your brain's insane, super organized operating system. This might sound like a terrible design flaw. Why would our brains be built to forget stuff so easily? Well, this isn't a glitch, it's a survival feature. Imagine an ancient human not going from the living room to the kitchen, but from a super dense forest into a wide open field. That doorway is a life or death change in scenery. The things you were worried about in the forest, like looking for berries, are useless now. You can't afford to still be thinking about berries. You need to instantly scan for giant predators in the grass or look for water. A doorway signals a massive change in priorities. Your brain clears the old data to focus on the new, potentially deadly environment. The doorway effect is a mental reset that forces 100% of your attention on right here, right now. A brain that did this automatically was way more likely to keep you alive. And what's crazy is our world is now filled with digital doorways. Your phone is a giant skyscraper with 1,000,000 tiny rooms, and every single app is a new room. Every time you switch from a message to your email, you just walked through a digital doorway. Every time you unlock your phone to check a notification, you crossed a threshold into a new room. Every browser tab is another room in an endless hallway. Have you ever picked up your phone to check the weather, and 10 minutes later you're scrolling social media, having completely forgotten why you picked up the phone in the first place? That's the digital doorway effect. Your brain sees the new app as a new room, archives the check the weather mission, and focuses on the new stuff. It's the same ancient brain program trying to survive a digital world it was never designed for. Even though the doorway effect is normal, you might wonder if it's a sign of something worse. The difference is usually about patterns and how much it affects your life. Forgetting from the doorway effect is temporary and based on location. The memory isn't gone, it's just filed away, and you can usually get it back by rebuilding what you were just thinking. This is a sign of a healthy brain doing exactly what it's supposed to do. But if you're forgetting things way more often, it's not just tied to changing rooms and it's messing up your life. Like forgetting the names of people you know, it might be worth talking to a doctor. Also, think of your brain's attention like you're juggling. Stress, being tired, and multitasking are all extra balls. If you're already juggling too many things, walking through a doorway is like someone tossing you another ball. It's the final thing that makes you drop everything. So if this happens a lot, it might just be a sign your brain is overloaded and you just need to rest. So can we beat this? Yes. You can't stop your brain from starting new chapters, but you can make your goal the main character of the story. Here are 4 hacks to do it. First, say your goal out loud. Before you even get up, say, "I am going to the kitchen to get my keys." This makes the thought real, giving it a voice that travels with you instead of getting left behind. Second, visualize the entire task. As you walk, literally play a movie in your head of you completing the mission. Picture yourself walking to the hook, grabbing the keys and holding them. This mental movie makes the goal a clear destination. Third, use a physical token. If you always forget to take out the trash, put the empty bag right by the door. The bag is a giant physical reminder that crosses the doorway with you, connecting the two mental chapters. Fourth, and this is the biggest one, lower your cognitive load. Stop trying to do 500 things at once. Before you get up, finish what you're thinking. If you give 100% of your focus to one mission, you give your brain the best chance to carry it through the doorway. And if all that fails, don't freak out. Retrace your steps, but do it in your head, not just your feet. Go back to the moment the thought was born and replay what you were doing the second it hit you, what you saw, what you were about to say. Just teleporting your body back to the old room isn't a magic reset, but reloading the moment that made the thought, that's usually what shakes it loose. All right, I want to hear from you. What is the number one thing you forget the second you walk into a room? And what's the craziest place this has ever happened to you? Tell me your stories in the comments below. I'm reading every single one. The next time you're standing in a room and have no idea why you're there, just stop. Don't blame your memory or worry that you're losing it. Instead, realize your brain just did something incredible. It perfectly ran an ancient program designed to keep you alive and focused in a complicated world. It closed one mental chapter to get you ready for the next one. That tiny moment of forgetting isn't a failure. It's the small price we pay for a brain that can organize an entire lifetime of experiences into a library of moments. The doorway effect isn't a glitch. It's a feature, not a bug. It's an insane reminder that even when we feel forgetful, our brains are usually doing exactly what they were built to do, closing one world to prepare us for the next.